Happy New Year to yourself and your listeners.
Is the disappointment of Sunday still simmering a bit because Wednesday was called off?
Yeah, if you like, yeah. But listen, we've been on a decent run. I'm disappointed that we didn't get anything out of the game and perform to the standards that we've been setting of lately. But I'm fine with them. We're on to the next game, and yeah, it's a bit disappointing that we didn't play yesterday. But it was going to be a tough one yesterday, and it would have been a hectic programme. Looking on it with the weather, how heavy the pitches are, I think it might do us a favour. I know we've missed out on a game, but I think long term, I didn't want to be picking up a couple of little strains or injuries yesterday. So as long as we get something against Chesterfield, I'll be happy, mate.
You nearly used the word bullied on Sunday, and I think people could see why. But that's been a rarity this season, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's been a big rarity. I think what we've been good at is being competitive of late and really getting about teams, but also with our football as well. And we found the right blend. We didn't find it Saturday. We didn't play quickly enough, but we also didn't win enough second balls. And sometimes against teams like that, you've got to roll your sleeves up. Not that we didn't, but we just didn't do it as well as we have been of late.
So Chesterfield obviously are at the other end of the table.
Yeah.
Will they give you a bit more chance because they will play a bit more?
I don't know about that. They certainly won't be as defensive minded and as time wasting as Mansfield were. I'm pretty sure about that. They'll come and play their normal game. I would imagine they're at the top for a reason because that's what they do. They've got some quality players. We know that. But we're in far better form than we were when we went up there, even earlier in the season. But earlier in the season, I don't think it has any bearing on it. We're a different team. We're playing much better, and hopefully we can set about them like we have done of late.
I think they've got the tightest defence in the division, and that's one of the reasons why they're at the top.
Yeah, oh yeah, without a doubt. And, they've got lots of attacking players. I can list them. They got people would list their strikers and their attacking midfield players. But as you say, they've got one of the best defensive records in the league, and I think that's the sign of a good team who can get promotion. So we know the task ahead of us is going to be tough, but we'll give it our best shot.
The thing about starting another run at this stage, which is what you want to do, is you started against two of the top three, Chesterfield and Burton. So yeah. It's a good litmus test for you.
Yes, of course it is. But everyone can beat everybody in our league, and there's no we're 9 points. I think we're 8 and 9 points behind Chesterfield and Burton. So we're not too far behind. We've got to take points off people around us, people above us, so everybody. So we've got to be positive, and we will be. We'll have a couple of good days training now, and try and be as good as we can be on Saturday.
The transfer window is obviously open. You have 4 loans at the moment, all of which are up after this weekend. What are your thoughts about those 4, particularly Roof and Goldston, who've done well?
Yeah, like I said to John, we're in discussions with all 3-4 clubs, if you like, 3 or 4 clubs. And when something happens, I'll let you know. Obviously, I'm trying to keep them, but we'll just say we'll see. For various reasons, nothing's tied down till after. It's going to be tied down till after Saturday probably. So, but we're doing all we can. Everyone knows, the lack of an FA Cup run means we haven't got a pot that we can go out and spend. So it's a case of generating your own money. We've obviously done that with Keith Lowe, and we're hoping to use that wisely. So we're just in negotiations and trying to talk to the clubs. West Brom, I've spoke to them, and they want to get the weekend out of the way. They haven't got a permanent manager at the moment. I've spoke to Keith Downing, and it's just a case of touching base again next week. Shrewsbury, we'll talk to them again. I spoke to them before Wednesday, and we'll talk again before the weekend. And the same with Steve Evans up at Rotherham with David.
What about Toby Ajala? Because he's been in the squad, but we haven't seen him.
Yeah, we haven't seen him yet. And listen, we brought him in as a bit of cover. He's got a talent, he's got ability. I'll let you know, like I said, with the rest.
Steve Elliott was, I think, touch and go for Wednesday. How is his ankle?
Yeah, he's fine. No problems. He should be available.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, all the loans, apart from Toby Ajala, have probably done what they wanted to do. Play regular football, haven't they? Especially David Noble, obviously, he was frustrated at not playing. He's had a good half season.
He's liked it here. He's enjoyed it. He's enjoyed playing his football. and like I said, they've all been a big part of us. They've all fitted in really well. Good lads, good footballers, and obviously done well for us. We're just, like I said, there's nothing to really say bar we're trying to keep all of our loans.
Yeah. Last year, you said you're obviously not going to be as busy in January as you were last year because of the cup run, but you just wanted to tweak it last year, and it ended up being quite a big. Actually, by the end of January, it was quite a big change, wasn't it? You actually sort of overhauled 3 or 4 in, 4 or 5 out.
Yeah, do I see that happening? Probably not, John, to be honest, mate. I said to you the other day, I've had a couple of phone calls about a couple of mine, and like I say, we might have to be reactive rather than. And we've got targets, myself and Neil and my staff, but realistically, do I think I'm going to get them? Not unless I get something out. So, I've been told that from upstairs from the chairman. So, I want to keep the group that I've got. If I can't, for any reason, then I have to make sure that we strengthen in the right areas at the right time. I think that the squad's done really well over the last couple of months in particular. I don't want any disruption. I don't want any problems in securing people, but I also don't want any gaps in the squad. So it's important that if we do get out, that we do make sure that particular player or that particular position is replaced.
Yeah, do you think it's more of a challenge for you if you do have to basically work with the same squad as keep the loans, but getting more out of them in the second half of the season?
There's more to come. I think that they've shown that over the last couple of months without a shadow of a doubt, and every team has a little blip at some stage. We still only something like 5 or 6 teams have lost less games than us. So we're not a million miles away. We're 9 points off the top of the league with half a season to go. And if we're all saying that what a poor start to the season we've had. If you offered a poor start, if you told me I was given a poor start to the season and still being only 9 points away, I'd have grabbed it. So there's still plenty to play for. I think, like I said, I need some continuity. I need no disruptions, no major disruptions. We'll pick up injuries. We can't rely on just a 11, 12, 13 man squad. We need to use the whole squad. They'll all play their part, and we're looking for a big second half of the season.
Yeah, you said you had tentative calls about a couple. Is that have they gone any further since the other day?
No.
And is the Keith Lowe thing, is that definitely all done and dusted and going through the money that you're going to get for him?
I presume so. Yeah.
Because it was
I'm
sort
talking
of with a view,
saving wages.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it was a done deal. Yeah. It was a done deal.
Yeah. So you have got a little bit to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Cheers, Mark.